Let's dive into the gradebook as a parent or an observer. First, make sure you're logged in as an observer. You can see in the upper right-hand corner the student you are observing. As you can see, you are on the Echo homepage. Here you can see all of the courses your student is enrolled in. Let's start with a quick glance by coming over to the main menu and clicking on Grades. Doing this will give you a broad overview of how your student is doing in each course. Across the top, you will see our school-wide learning outcomes. The percentages you see here are a compilation of all courses. Underneath of these percentages are all the courses your student is enrolled in and how they are doing in that course. Check out the headings at the top. You will see your student's overall score for the course, who their teacher or teachers are for that course, their progress on gradable activities, their progress on all activities in the course, as well as how they are performing in that course in relation to our school-wide learning outcomes. Let's come over to the course name. Look to the right of it. You see this heart icon? This is the course heartbeat. It is a self-assessment tool that the student can use to share with the teacher how they are feeling about the work they are doing in this course. Each color of the heart represents something different. Let's take a look at digital media. You can see this heart is completely blue. When I click on the course heartbeat, I can see the breakdown of the student self-assessment for how they feel they are doing in this course. You can see that they feel like they are an expert in the material being taught. They are very interested in the content and they are putting forth 100% effort. This is a great tool just to let the teacher know how the student's feeling about their own work within this course. In this same row of information, you can see that this student has completed 20% of gradable activities. You can see that they have completed 11% of all the activities, and you can also see how they are doing in this course in relation to each learning outcome. So that's a quick glance at the gradebook and how your student is doing in relation to all courses they are enrolled in. Let's take a deep dive. If you'd like to take a deeper dive into a course, you can click right on the course's name, or you can come over to the main menu, select a course, and click Grades. Either way, you'll get to the same place. Clicking on the course takes you to the Student Grades dashboard. Now you can see the grade summary for the individual course. You can see that this student has a 91% overall score for this course right now. You can see the percentage of gradable activities that the student has completed. And you can also see how your student is doing in relation to each learning outcome. Next to the learning outcomes, you can see how many activities have been completed in relation to this outcome, as well as how many points are possible. So this is a basic overview for this course. Take a look at the top. You'll see that there are many tabs. You have Dashboard, which is where you are now, just a basic overview, Grades, For Me, Activity, Objective Mastery, Badges, Stream, and over here you have a to-do list. Let's start by looking at the Grades tab. Here you will be able to see a grade for every completed and graded assignment for this course. If you notice something in red, you may want to take a closer look. It could be something that the student forgot to turn in or something they are struggling with. If you want to take a deeper look, just go ahead and click right on the activity itself. Here you will be able to see how your student scored on this assignment. You'll be able to see when it was submitted or if it was submitted after the due date. You can see their work. Here's the student's work for this assignment, as well as feedback from the teacher. This assignment doesn't have any feedback from the teacher, but if it did, you would see a bold heading that said feedback and then with the teacher's comments right next to it. If you click Submission History at the top, you'll be able to see how many opportunities your student had to submit this assignment, the date they submitted it, as well as their score. That's a deep dive into the individual assignments. Let's head on over to the For Me tab. The teacher of your student may or may not use this tab. In this tab, you will see work that has been assigned specifically to your student. A teacher may assign something to your student specifically, maybe because they are interested in a topic and would like to learn more about it, or maybe because they need more support in that area. So your teacher assigned them a specific assignment so they could get more practice. Next is the activity tab. Within this tab, you can see all the activities for the course that your student has completed. This is pretty powerful. Come on over here to the time. You can see how much time your student has spent on all the activities in the course so far. You can see when they started the activity and how much time they spent on that activity. This tab is really going to help you monitor how much time your student is putting into their activities, which may or may not reflect their scores. Let's move over to the Objective Mastery tab. Some schools use this tool and some do not. If a teacher has aligned an assignment with a standard or an objective, you will be able to see how your student is progressing towards that standard in the course. If they have zero progress towards a certain standard, it's because they have not yet been given or completed an assignment in relation to that standard just yet. Next is the Badges tab. Some teachers use this feature and some do not. If your student's teacher uses this feature, you will be able to see badges your student has earned for completing certain tasks within their course. Let's check out the Stream tab. The Stream tab allows you to see what's happening in the course in chronological order. You'll be able to see when teachers have posted an assignment, when your student has completed it, when it has been graded, announcements the teacher has made, upcoming events, and more. The next tab is your to-do list. This is a list of tasks your student needs to complete. If your student has assignments that have not yet been completed or that they need to do soon, they will show up right here in their to-do list. This is pretty cool. As an observer, you'll be able to monitor what activities your kids need to do. You can get on them and say, hey, I see you have an assignment due. Are you working on that? Or hey, I see you have an assignment that's past due. You need to get working on that. So there you have it. That's it. That was a deep dive into the Gradebook for a parent or an observer.